So I guess a couple of the leaders of the Senate, who we pay their salaries, used their influence to shut down Tucker Carlson's freedom of speech yesterday, because they told they influenced the owner of Fox News, and this is why I don't like Fox News, is because they're controlled. They used their influence to shut down what he was going to expose. You know, it's kind of funny that these people, number one, are supposed to be defending the Constitution instead of going directly against it. But they care more about their self-interest, or self-interest for whoever they're sold out to, WEF, than the people who they're supposed to represent. That would be the American people. Another thing, too, is that footage should be out here for everybody to see, not just for Tucker to release. As far as I'm concerned, the taxpayers pay for those cameras, the systems in that Capitol building, and everything in that Capitol building, including keeping those lights on. So the politicians don't own that property. We do. It's our property. So it is their responsibility to be transparent with the American public and release that footage to us because we're the proper owners. And then we can decipher if we want to. Maybe some people actually have some critical thought on the left, which most don't, obviously. And they can think, oh, wow, that's crazy. Maybe the feds are the ones that started this. And you can say I'm a conspiracy theorist. I don't care. I look at what happened with Gretchen Whitmer, where you had these guys who were kind of like influenced, or they talked about planning kidnapping Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan. And I guess their case has been thrown out. Well, feds got them. They tricked them, or whatever. You know, you got Ray Epps saying this type of stuff like, let's go to the Capitol, let's do this, we got to go inside the Capitol. You got all this happening, and you're going to tell me that, and I don't understand how people on the left think that it's a overthrow of the government. You honestly think that, and I might have said this yesterday, but you honestly think that people who are the most well-armed people in probably the whole world, who love their guns, are just going to show up all at one time, and some of them probably did have guns. I'm not going to say that they did it, but it's illegal to have guns in the Capitol. It's illegal to have guns if you're, I guess, in Washington, D.C., going against the Constitution. It's not even a part of America no more. You're going to tell me all these people did minimal damage. They broke a couple windows. A couple of things might have got right. I'm not saying it was 100%. Like, these people were 100% nonviolent, and there wasn't people that weren't peaceful protesters. But the vast majority of people were peaceful protesters, and you think they're just gonna show up, try to overthrow the government with no guns? Are you kidding me? With what? With your fists? And then they're gonna paint the picture. Oh, Trump supporters are just so stupid they would do that, dude. These people. What happened was, if you see a cop waving you in somewhere, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, it's cool to go. Well, if you're gonna charge these people for walking around, and then when they were waved in, and some of them have been like let go, you need to charge the cops. The cops need to be held responsible too. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. The people that are like replying to my tweets, I tweet out. It's like they copy and paste whatever the mainstream media wants to tell them on the left. That's what they do. They're all the same. It's the same exact talking point. The same thing, man. Over and over. And I'm not here saying that there wasn't no riots or nothing, but it damn sure was not an insurrection, because if it was going to be an insurrection, if it was going to be an overthrow of the government, there would have been a lot more people there. There would have been a lot more guns. There would have been a lot more bloodshed. You would have seen politicians getting executed. You would have seen a lot of chaos. That was weak. That was pathetic. That's all that was. And what if that's what you think's an insurrection? Oh, a broken window. Yeah, broke a window. Okay, whatever. There was some people who got it, who caught some violence. But you think an overthrow of the government is breaking some windows? The thing wasn't burnt down. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous and idiotic for these people to think this. To have no critical thought, to think like, maybe we've been lied to. But no, they just want to say, we're the ones being lied to. What else was I going to say? Yeah, it's just dumb. You think that people are just going to go there with no weapons? No weapons. The vast majority don't have weapons. I'm just saying, you see a bunch of people going, you think it's like, oh, okay, we're going in to peacefully protest. The cops are waving us in because we can go protest. I mean, this is what the feminists did during the Kavanaugh hearing. They make a bigger deal out of it, and they want to control the narrative. The mainstream media and the federal government are obviously working together. That's fascism. So Mitch McConnell's a fascist, and so is Chuck, whatever, is New Jersey senator. He looks like he looks completely evil. If you think of like an evil character, this is the guy. Chuck, I forgot his damn name. Anyway, you should know who I'm talking about if you know anything about politics. Is he is one of the big leaders. He's always with Nancy Pelosi. Chuck Schumer. So, and then you see Murdoch, Fox News, working with the government, shutting it down. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't care about Fox News. Tucker's cool. There might be a couple cool people on there, and I think they let out enough to keep the masses content. Because if they didn't, and then the left was continuously winning all the time, they would get shut down immediately. All this would be shut down immediately. I'm telling you, the left is a paper tiger. That's all they are. That's all it is. That's all the deep state is. That's all our currency is. It's a paper tiger. There's nothing backing it, man. Yeah, you have guns and you have a army. We have like a lot of resources here, but dude, I think I did a estimate where I put all the cops and military people, and I think we had maybe like a million and a half, maybe 2 million in the whole country of 340 million people. Obviously, you take out half of that because of the kids. And then you take out the other half because of leftists. You got probably 80 million people versus 2 million. Like, if the people stood up and actually took back the government, they couldn't do nothing, because what would happen is there would be a lot of people that get, and I'm not advocating this. I'm just saying this is what they're afraid out of. If people did rise up and go against the government would get annihilated. They would get annihilated. Like, the people on the front lines would get decimated by the weapons, of course. But eventually, if people kept pushing, they would get overran, and then they would actually have the weapons now. And then they would use those weapons against the good weapons. They would get annihilated, man. But the people aren't going to do it. Most people are comfortable. They're happy. They're not going to do nothing. And they're going to continue to go into this slow control. It's a slow process of And I'm tired of this. I don't want slow. I want, dude, I'm ready. I'm ready for this fucking to like pop off, man. I'm tired of worrying about, I'm not even worried about it. But I'm tired of this slow, methodical, like enslavement of, it's like, the cuffs on us. I'm tired of this corruption. I want everything to be put out there and the people to actually be like, dang, man, our government has been lying to us. They've been, uh, like, I just seen this guy on TikTok, man. And listen, I made one comment. He's like, okay, he's on their live. And this is what they do. They mute you. They when you pose a question, they mute you. They shut you down because they don't like that. They don't want other people to know what you're saying. He's saying, give Ukraine more money. And I would have said, if I would have gotten that live, I would have said, like, why don't you just give them your own money? Why do we have to use our taxpayer money? Give them, if you want to help them so much, you give them your own money. And he also put something out, go get the vax. Okay. So, what I would say, the comment that got me muted on there was, I said, are you a doctor? Do you know everybody's health background? And you're telling everybody to go get the vax. So what I would say, if somebody listens to this guy and goes and gets the vax and gets hurt because they ignored whatever, maybe their doctor would have been like, listen, your health history, it probably is not going to be good for you. Some bad things could happen to you. This is why you got to talk to your doctor. You don't listen to some person off the internet. Like if I was out here giving financial advice and somebody takes my financial advice and then like they got proof with my video of me saying, oh, go do this, do that, and then they get hammered, they could sue me. So why aren't people suing these people who are telling them to go get that done without knowing anything about their health background? That's what people should be. That's like people who got hurt by that should go and sue the hell out of their companies, sue the hell out of everybody, the government, everybody who said go get this done. That's what should be happening right now. To go out there and give this type of information and tell people to do this and they get hurt, there's no responsibility. That's even worse than financial, because financial, maybe I can lose everything, but at least I can build it back up. Well, if I get something done to me and it disables me or kills me because you're out here saying go get this done, but you don't know my health background, there needs to be massive lawsuits. Massive. And it's very unfortunate that people like me, yeah, I'm not that good, honestly. I'm not that good at talking. I suck. I know. Everything I suck at. I suck at making videos. Blah, blah, blah. I'm lazy. But there is some good points I do bring out. And, if you go on my Twitter, which you can follow me on Twitter, Enslaved Ones or Steve Kramer, I just dox myself. I don't care. I don't care no more, dude. That's why I changed everything. I'm like, before, I didn't want to dox myself because my kids were still in school. I needed to work a job. Well, dude, my kids are fucking out of school now, man. And like, if no one wants to hire somebody who doesn't take drugs, someone who doesn't drink, someone who comes and does their job, good luck with else is out there. And I guess I'll just go be homeless or whatever. Or Antifa will just like try to come and take me out. Well, they're gonna get taken out too, because I will defend myself to the bitter end against those people, especially. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm on there, and people were like, "Oh, you paid for your blue check mark." Yeah, I did pay for it. I did pay $8, $11. I paid $11 for my check mark. And now, why did I do that? Well, that verifies that I'm not a bot. It verifies that I'm a real person. And other people who see my check mark and see me tweet something, which my engagement has like gone through the roof now because I did that. People realize I'm not just a bot, I'm a real person, and I get put up to the front of the line for comments anyway. So like I get put up there. And so what it does is it gives me a little bit more cred, street cred, in that space. And that's why I get so much engagement now. And I have to word things properly. Obviously, I try to tweet without cussing now because they don't like that. And I have to kind of watch what I say. I can't be exactly what I want to say. But you got to be careful anyway. You got to be careful what you say because then you have people come up to your door, knocking on your door. Oh, you're doing this, you're doing... No. But yeah, if you're on Twitter, follow me. And if you watch my videos, like, send me a DM so I know who you are. If you follow my content all the time. So I know I'd be like, okay, I'm definitely gonna follow you. I'm definitely gonna see something that I might even look at I'll probably look at your Twitter handle, see what you're tweeting, stuff like that, and you know what I mean. But yeah, these people are completely brainwashed, seriously, and the mainstream media and the government, because it's quite clear that the government works with the mainstream media now. They're all cahoots together. Fascist. They're fascist. Like, this is straight fascism. They are fascist. When the government tries to suppress people through the media, that's fascism, man. That's fascism. So these people are blatant fascist, and then they try to act like that they're the victims, and they try to act like they care about us when they don't give a damn about us. Because if they actually give a shit about us, they would quit sending our money. You know, another thing too, this is what I want to talk about, is taxes. Why am I paying taxes at this point? You know, if they think that they own the footage of January 6th, but these people should have already had their trials by now. If they want to say, oh, it's footage for the courts to see, well, okay, well, it's been 2 years, and why are these people are the majority of them are being held for misdemeanors at this point. So they've already been in jail for 2 years. So why are they still being held for misdemeanors? They've already, even if you find them guilty, I'm sure whatever the max length of the sentence, they've already served it and then some. So these people, what I would do is I would sue the federal government. I would do whatever I have to do to sue these people. You kept me in jail, postponing some lady was on. I was listening to her on Twitter Live where they had people call in and stuff like that. Her husband's been in prison for like 2 years. She can't see him. He can't see his kids. And listen, if you broke windows, if you assaulted cops, yes, you definitely need to. If you're found guilty, serve your time. Okay. But if it's just some misdemeanor, you want to try like trespassing, some bullshit like that, you've been in jail for 2 years, you're a prisoner of war, man. That's what you are. You're a prisoner of war, the culture war, the political war. That's what you are. There's no reason they should be still in prison at this point. If it's a misdemeanor, they've already served their time, and then sue them. Sue these people, especially people that they have evidence of. This one guy, he was, the cop waved him in, and he used that, and he got his case thrown out. Well, if he's been in jail the whole time, I don't know his actual case, but if you've been in jail the whole time, sue him. You wasted my time. Sue them. I served my time in prison, probably, and what I'm hearing is really harsh conditions. Sue these people. That's what needs to happen. These people need to be sued. Because what they're doing is they're trying to enslave all of us. They're trying to gain power over us and take our rights day by day, softly. They're not doing it hard because they know they can't do it hard. They know they can't just pound on all of our doors and take our guns, or else they would have already done it. So they're doing it softly. They're trying to do it through laws and trying to do it with influence and shit like that. That's what they're doing. And it's just like, it's crazy to see these mindless robots not see what's happening and not be like, that doesn't make any sense. What if that was us? How comes we're not, how comes like the riots in 2020, people were just like getting let out and their cases dismissed? Because it goes for one side. The left can do whatever they want pretty much, and if you're on the right, you have to abide, like you can't break any laws at all. But the left, they can just do whatever they want at this point. There's no accountability. If you are sold out like a Mitch McConnell or a Lindsey Graham, you are on. It's not right versus left, man. It's not right. It's establishment versus the people. The establishment is the World Economic Forum, the New World Order, whatever you want to call it. These elites, the BlackRock, the Vanguard, who control all of it, everything. They control Google. They control the Twitter. They control Facebook. They control universities. A bunch of politicians. And they look at people like me who can actually like look at information, whether it's on either side, and be like, you're thinking I can change my opinion, but they can't. I can be like, that doesn't make any sense on this side, but that makes sense on this side. They can't do that. And people like me are a threat, because even though like I'm not the most charismatic person, I can't articulate my thoughts the best. I'm not the most educated person. You know, somebody can blow me apart on like in a debate, because I don't have that great of a memory. I'm better about making statements, okay? I'm not good at debating people. Like, I'm just not, I can't remember facts that fast. I'm kind of lazy. I am kind of lazy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of fucking lazy. Well, that's an artist to me, man. I'm a creative person, obviously. Even though my art might be trash to most people, some people find it okay. And that's more so, that's better than most people, because most people aren't. You know, that's just the artist in me, man. Because most artists are lazy. That's what we are. So, but they don't want people like me speaking out. They don't want people speaking the truth. What they want to do is mind control. It's the same thing. They just repeat the same shit to try to get you to believe. And once you hear the same shit over and over again, then you just believe it. That's all it is. That's why when you go onto like all these mainstream media sites, like they have the same thing, insurrection. They use the exact same wording because they're brainwashing people. When you hear something enough, you're like, okay, that you know, these people are highly educated and they got high status because they're on TV. You know, the average person is like, I mean, I'm just a regular person, man. I'm just trying to survive. I'm just trying to worry about getting by, like, and I'm more focused on my family and my own personal life than like the whole thing. And then that's how they get these people. They're just repeating the same garbage over and over and over again. It's just brainwashing. That's all it is just brainwashing. And they'll say, oh, you're in a cult. I'm in a cult. Yeah, I'm in a cult, but I criticize the people who I enjoy their content, or I enjoy what they're saying, or their leadership. But I criticize them, but they won't criticize anybody. And it's like, you know, these people are, I don't even know if they're even real people. Are they NPCs? How can you see information and then not be able to decipher it at all? Like, just completely, like, you see something that could make you question something, and then you just automatically go right to the left, like the narrative. Go right to the narrative, and you just be like, instead of being like, because they don't want to think. They don't want to think. They want to be like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. Because it's human nature, man. Most people don't want to take the hard road. Most people, it's human nature to take the easy way out. So this video is long enough. I have to get to work. Y'all take it easy.